History is, to me, a success story. Even notable failures have succeeded in attracting sufficient significance to gain recognition and escape the common fate of obscurity. They were successful in making an impact which would become known to posterity. History is almost inevitably written by a victor of some description, and as such focuses on success. It is rarely the story of what might have been, for that tends towards conjecture. Rather, it is the story of what was achieved, why it was achieved, and its consequences. Therefore, history is naturally inspirational, allowing us not only to learn from the past, but also to admire its successes and aspire towards our own. It is difficult to establish a single cause for my association with history. As a child, I found it increasingly interesting, which perhaps materialised most clearly in visiting Belgium in Year 9. Despite a long-standing reluctance to leave home and a seemingly unavoidable conflict with an exam, there was never any question that I would go. It was history. It was incredible. Words cannot describe the feeling of looking over the graves at Tyncott, visiting the Somme Valley, or gazing up at the Thiepval Memorial. There were millions of stories to be told, each of its own importance, but largely forgotten within the sheer volume of loss. Yet there is some sense of success here, too, a quiet pride in the sacrifices of a generation, and a recognition of these moments which changed the world forever. Preceding this were countless other visits throughout my childhood to museums and historical sites across the country, all of which contributed to my desire to study history. More recently, for example, I have seen similarly fascinating sites in Normandy, visiting the D-Day landing beaches and other historical landmarks in the area. This summer, I also seized the opportunity to offer something in return to a former favourite of mine by volunteering in the Hands-on Here scheme, a programme which adds an interactive aspect to the Castle Museum, York. I conducted a children's war activity in the 1914 exhibition, in which I discussed various primary sources with the visitors. It was an excellent experience, through which I have learned a great deal, especially engaging with a variety of visitors, both informing of and debating on different issues with confidence. This augmented skills gained by undertaking previous work experience and completing a literacy leaders course in which I taught younger students in several subjects, whilst also reaffirming my desire to develop such skills at a more academic level. In order to supplement my academic studies, I have read a number of texts of historical value. Ferguson's Empire, How Britain Made the Modern World, for example, was not specifically related to my current course, yet I found the subject matter particularly interesting. Further to this, I subscribe to History Today, with a view to exploring far more historical issues than would currently be possible through only reading books. Articles of note include one discussing the impact of the 1954 Football World Cup on a divided Germany, which, amongst others, was of direct relevance to my course. Both English literature and geography have been a benefit too, the former primarily developing my analysis and writing skills, and the latter advancing my ability to think sequentially, whilst chemistry allowed me to become more objective. Further to my academic life, I hold the position of head boy of the collegiate, despite having arrived on a full academic scholarship only a few months prior to this appointment. In addition to being a great honour, the role demonstrates my ability to cope with responsibility and its subsequent pressures, whilst having adapted quickly to a significant change. I also enjoy playing sports and have participated regularly in rugby and cricket from a young age, aiding typically sports-related skills and contributing to my strong determination to succeed.